Hey guys, good morning. So I need to find a spot for you. This is good. So today is chore day and the boys are gonna be doing chores, and I have a ton of eggs that we haven't sold. Here's some, and then I'm taking some more, putting them into this basket. And we're making pasta today because when the girls are producing like crazy and we get eggs like this because it rained and it gets all the mud and all the nastiness stuck to the egg, and those aren't really pretty to sell, I keep those. And we're just going to be using them to make pasta. I'm gonna make homemade pasta to dry and to put into the canning pantry. Oh, so excited for that. And then I'm gonna make some for dinner. We're gonna have ravioli. So I'm gonna start off by making the pasta to dry first. I like to stick to the fettuccine noodles because it's a thicker noodle, holds all that sauce, that's what we like. I'm going to pull over my wood table and get that started. I'm very excited to have a place to actually put it aside from just downstairs in the food storage. Now we have a canning pantry. It's gonna feel very official, and that is just gonna make my day. So I took out whatever eggs were left that we didn't sell. They were all ugly and muddy and just not cute. Not cute enough to put in someone's carton. And that's what I'm gonna be using. So yeah, it's Monday, it's pasta day. Pasta and ravioli. Oh, so excited. So if you've ever been curious how the hashtag vintage baking station came about, I thought this would be a good time to share since we're going to have a lot of content of me just making pasta. This space actually came into play when we opened up our kitchen. So in this house, we have a very tiny galley style kitchen. You walk in and you walk out. That's it. It was very, very tight in the beginning with low hanging cabinets that kind of took up all of the airspace, and you couldn't see outside of the kitchen because the wall was up and you were cooking facing cabinets and there was literally no open space. So we took all the top cabinets out, gutted the entire kitchen, built new wider cabinets on the bottom, and our tiny budget got us unstained cabinets and a new countertop and electrical and water and stuff like that. And we wound up doing the staining and stuff like that ourselves. But very quickly I realized I was going to need more space to do big kitchen projects, but I didn't have that budget. Now, this idea for my vintage baking station actually came in a few different areas of the house, and it's ultimately landed here. This room is off to the side of the kitchen next to my coffee station. And it's the first thing you see when you come up into the house. And I absolutely love and adore seeing this whenever I come upstairs into our house. So this used to be our dining room. It had an 8x4 farmhouse table that the hubby built, which I still absolutely love. And I wish we could have fit it into the house. But ultimately, it made its way out to the hubby's workshop. Though I felt like this space wasn't serving its full potential as a dining room, there was a feeling of kind of joining together and conversating that I really did enjoy that we would do in this space. So I kind of felt like I needed it to blend that purpose with our new purpose. And at the time, what was that new purpose? Pasta. I got a pasta machine, which is the hand crank machine, and I knew I was going to need a lot of space. I knew I wanted to preserve foods or make things from scratch, and I also knew that I was going to need the room to do it. Again, I'm presented with the same dilemma as I was in the kitchen, a budget. How do we get a fully functional space with storage and workspaces, worktops, and all of that stuff for all the different transitions that one goes through when growing in this journey of homemade scratch foods? DIY. That's how. I knew I loved old school kitchens, old school homes, and one of the things that really draws my eye when it comes to home functioning stations is unfitted kitchens. I adore unfitted kitchens. Look it up. Hashtag unfitted kitchens. It's the best concept ever, and it's perfect for someone like me that loves to create, but also gets very bored or does not like to leave things how they are until I feel like they're perfect. If I can't find peace in my eyeballs when I scan through my house, that space that doesn't give me peace will ultimately go. Something will change. It will be removed or rearranged or changed or modified until I feel like it's perfect. This space has become just that for me, and I couldn't be more happy with it. I bought affordable DIY pieces of furniture that I could customize to my needs, and it was the best decision ever made. And I add on to that space. I take away from that space. I do whatever I need to do to get this feeling that I like to have in my space. Speaking of getting bored or not liking things, I shifted my vintage game space in my eBay store. It was starting to bother me that my eBay store was kind of an incomplete feel when I walked up the stairs into the house, and I wanted more of a homey, welcoming feel. So I swapped those two spaces. And my mom was a champ that day. She helped me do everything, and we were done in a matter of like 2 hours to move everything. And then I stayed up a little bit later and reorganized all of the things into my eBay store.
Oh.
That's it. He needs room.
Hey, Kevin. See that? You can set this to the side. You can grab another bag. And you gotta be careful here. You don't want to lose your profits.
Actually, they said, hey guys, good morning. So I haven't seen y'all in a while, but it's because we've had plenty going on. We always do. But it was mostly like gym, and I did a piece of furniture for somebody and a couple of like gatherings. Nothing crazy though. But I thought I would jump in today and vlog because I have a tablecloth. And this tablecloth is going to serve a specific purpose. The tablecloth is from not tablecloth. It is actually a curtain. It's a curtain that I got from IKEA, and it's gorgeous. It has this kind of like fiber line thing happening, and it's really pretty. But I'm gonna turn it into something, and I'll give you more of an explanation once I lay it out where I'm gonna lay it out. Okay, so I don't know if y'all remember me saying anything about Boogie kind of getting this kettle corn company business thing. Well, he did, and we finally have the time to kind of dig into it, take it fairly serious, and do some stuff to contribute to the overall brand. We have worked on the logo, the business cards, the permits, information, a lot of the background stuff, but now I wanted to go ahead and play with some of the setup, and this curtain is going to give me what I need as a table cover to add some branding. So as you guys know, it's 2022, branding is everything, social media is everything. We need all of the stuff to coordinate and always be the same so someone can find it easily when they see it. So I have this tablecloth and I have a sublimation printer, and I'm going to be adding the branding to this cloth so that when people walk up, it's the first thing that they see at the front of the tent. And my idea is to take the popcorn that I put in the logo and add a trim there, but I can't decide if I want it going along the top now, because now that I'm here looking at it, I kind of feel like it should go along the bottom and then have the Bates Boys batch above that, and then our contact information would actually be on the tabletop, but we'll see what I decide doing. Anyway, I wanted to put it on here so that I can kind of get measurements of how big I need to print these things out. So we have a khaki colored tent. It's like a light darkish brown. And I'm gonna put some red letters on that. Hopefully we're gonna bring that in here too and see what we can do with it. But I think this curtain, not a tablecloth, this curtain subbing as a tablecloth, because it's real light, will be perfect for branding. So that's what I'm gonna be doing, and I will check back in once I get it started. Okay guys, so here's what we got so far. This is the logo, and it went extremely well, even though I feel like I didn't breathe through the whole process. And my heart was pounding up until the reveal, and I was so nervous, and it turned out magically, and I was so happy. I took my time putting all the pieces, trying to make sure the seams were secure and wouldn't come apart and aligned and all of that, and it is beautiful. This is actually where the seams were, and look at that. There was a little error right here where the press didn't hit all the way to the edge, so it was light, but I just cut off that corner only, and you can still see the line from the crease where it pressed, because this was blurred out and kind of uneven, and I just taped it back on there and redid this edge, and it came out perfect. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking the popcorn and I'm cutting it out, and I'm gonna put them as decorative trim pieces. The hubby wanted little popcorn kernels kind of floating around in different places. So what it looks like is like this. It has the popcorn kind of popping up at the top, and I have that one there. I'm not sure exactly where they're all gonna be set at yet, but I just cut off the little top sprigs, and I have them here. And I think what I'm gonna do is cut around these, and then I'll have this down. So it's gonna look like that. You see this one little kernel here, and then maybe I'll put the other ones kind of cascading down like that, like they're falling out or pouring out. I'm not sure yet. So I'm gonna cut these out just so I can get a better visual. That's why I cut around these, so I can have a good visual of what it was actually gonna look like, because you can't see it since it has to be face down. But anyway, that's where I'm at. So now I'm working on the trim. I have this one cut out. I have one more to cut, which is gonna go here. And then there's gonna be something here in the center. I'm just not positive yet, but I will press these on first so that I can work with the center here and just stay committed to having the popcorn in place. So that's where I'm at for now, and then I will check back with you guys in a few minutes. Hey guys, so I've been putting together a mock setup of our booth. So we have a 10 by 10 tent. We figured that would be safe. It's the pretty average size of booths in markets. This is the front table. I still have to get a plastic cover for this to protect it since it is a cream color. We have our sample boxes, our price sign, I'm considering doing popcorn balls kind of on a stick. So those are going to go on there. I'm not going to do too many of those. It's going to kind of be a trial thing. We have our bags. I support small businesses bags. And then we have our cooler because, of course, we're going to sell waters. So that will go on the price board sign as well. Then back here, we have our sanitation station with a wash station, a trash bin, cleaners, bins for clean and dirty towels. I have the labels made already that I have to put on the clean and dirty towel bins. And then these are our required sanitation station water buckets. One is clean water, soapy water, and bleach water. Underneath that is a storage bin for extras. That's where we're going to keep the cleaning fluid and all of that stuff. Then we have a trash can, which is also required, a wastewater bin. Both the wash station and the wastewater bin have labels as well. This is a cart that we're going to keep for the battery, the charger, all of that stuff that we're going to be using to run the machine. On this side, we have our kind of cook station. Some of this is going on the actual sifting tray storage bin that it has, so this won't be here. We're actually going to have the big bucket for the the popcorn, the sugar, the caramel, and then the flavorings. Down here, I have labels for these as well that I have to. So I have the labels already that I need to get printed up and stick to these buckets. These are basically to mix in flavors on top of it being kettle corn. So if we want to do blue popcorn or pink popcorn, which we are going to be doing, we can use these bins specifically for that. It has clamps on the top so you can shake it real hard and nice, make sure it gets well mixed in and nothing's going to fly out. Then a lot of this is all going onto this is going to go on the storage with the actual sifter, and then this one's going to go off to the side where the hubby's going to be at to add the oil and stuff into the machine. And then here is our protective gloves, all kinds of different types. And then moving over here, I have a rack for aprons. So if anybody's going to be leaving the station for whatever reason, they need to hang their apron and not take it out and get it all dirty somewhere else while still wearing it and then having to come back and be clean. We've actually made a few modifications to our table here. This is going to be where we take payments, and I showed you guys these. These were from Dollar Zone for $1.79, and I know Dollar Tree has some, but theirs are $3 a piece. I'm thinking about making a little base to attach this to just to add some weight so whenever we swipe the card or do whatever with the phone, it doesn't kind of flip over or topple over. Aside from that, it can be used just like this, no problem. And then we have our ledger here, which is where we are going to track cash payments. And the modifications that we've made are actually down here at the bottom. So we have this here. These are actually built into the table, making it so that these racks sit straight, but we can also protect them, cover them, and we don't have to worry about the wires sticking out up here at top, because that is very unsafe.